Hi and welcome. Welcome back if you've been here before. This is going to be a reading for Pisces. So you can have Pisces as your sun sign or anywhere in your chart, or you can just come across this reading and it may resonate. This reading is specifically for the upcoming full moon eclipse in Taurus. But again, time is not linear, and we find what we need when we need it. My cards just went flying. So let's see what comes through for you, Pisces. Full moons are about things being revealed to us, usually things about us, but it can be things about our external world, our relationships, our situations, anything that needs to come to our awareness so that we can shift it, change it, grow from it, and most likely what we need to release. So let's see. Ooh, we have Death and the Maiden. Invasion, boundaries, violated, dominance. This is a number 28 card, so that number can be significant for someone. Twos are about duality and contrast, relationships, partnerships, and eight is about infiniteness. It is expansion in a major way, usually or possibly after an awakening or connecting more spiritually or energetically to ourselves or the divine. So this isn't a great energy to start off with, to be honest, Pisces. There might be someone or something that is invasive, either in your energetic field, invading your energetic field, excuse the noise, or in your physical space. There is something that you need to assert boundaries with, either a person or an energy or a situation or something that is. She is naked, and that is symbolic of being vulnerable. And then there's this skeleton here that is encroaching on her, and she obviously doesn't feel very happy. She possibly feels uncomfortable or unsafe, violated in some way, unhappy in some way. Let's get more. Sea beacon fairy at the bottom of the deck. Guidance, but where will it lead? So I am kind of getting the feeling that this message, this video, or someone or something has given you the information or the awareness of who or what this is, but you're not sure what to do about it. Okay, let's get one more. One more, please. Dried flower fairy. This is a number 11 card. Sweet memories. Okay, so what I'm getting is that this situation, this energy, or this person, you might have a history with them, and you might be thinking about all the good things, the good traits, the good times, and that might make you feel like maybe the situation isn't so bad, or maybe I should just enjoy it, or maybe I should just be more understanding, or maybe I should just compromise more. The monarch butterfly, you might see a monarch butterfly somewhere as confirmation. Monarch butterflies travel great distances. So this is possibly someone that is not even physically close to you, or there has been a great energetic space or distance or disconnect between you and this person. it probably once was good but isn't anymore. Or there's parts of it that's good, but there is something about how you are being either violated, your boundaries crossed, someone is asserting their dominance over you, trying to control you or manipulate you in some way. And you need, this needs to be released or addressed in some way. At the bottom of the deck, we have Aloha Healing, Amara the Menahune. This is a number 19 card. This thing needs to be resolved. There is an aspect of your personality that needs to heal, that you need to grow through, a lesson that needs to be learned here about something about your personality or how you behave in relationships in general, or in this one specifically. So there can be many aspects of us that is not necessarily negative or bad, right? And I often feel like when someone says you need to heal something, it gives the idea that there's something wrong with you. And I don't like that idea at all. I like to think that sometimes the world is set up in such a way that there are negative things and there are bad things, or there are challenging things and there are difficult things. And we need to learn how we can be in this world in a healthy way, and not let the negative things that happen around us or can happen to us affect us negatively and make us become an unhealed version of who we are. So, say for instance, you are a very gentle soul, a very gentle spirit, you don't like conflict, but there is someone around you that's pushing your buttons. Healing in this instance would mean that not that there's anything wrong with you, you might just not be very assertive, and or you might not be someone that is verbally expressive, so you might walk away, and that's something that your inner being or the universe wants you to access, being able to speak up for yourself, or being able to know when not to speak and when to leave. But this might be a specific situation or relationship, or this might just be how you are in general. So let's see if we can get more specifics with the tarot. This feels like such a serious one, but it doesn't have to be. We should never let fear dictate or dominate or control us. So if we get the awareness when a light is shed on something, which is what the full moons do, it sheds light on things that are in the shadows. Then when the light is on, things don't seem so scary. But when you're in the dark, stuff can be really scary. So it's about understanding things that we may not have understood before and gaining the awareness of how to deal with it. So what is the specifics of this invasion, this dominance? It can be a really bad, toxic, or even narcissistic relationship, or it can just be someone that doesn't know that you don't like something, and so they insist on it, and you just keep quiet about it and go along with it. It can be anywhere on that spectrum. Please give us specifics. What is this number 28 about? We have the Six of Fire. The Six of Fire is the Six of Wands. And this can be a victory or a success. Okay, so what's coming to me immediately is someone might see you be successful with something. And so because you're doing well, or there's a certain success in something, they either want to be a part of it, they might be jealous, or they just want to benefit from your success. Give us some more, please. What's the Six of Fire? The Tower. Something happening abruptly. The Tower is a major arcana. So this is something huge happening in your life. Okay, it's coming together. So any of these cards can be positive or negative depending on the context in the other cards, right? So the Tower is a major arcana, so this is a major shake up or change in your life, and usually it's seen as something negative, and it can only feel negative if we are not prepared, we didn't see it coming, we don't know how to handle it, or we don't feel like we've been prepared for it. But this feels like you are going to have a victory or success in your life, and it's something major. And this might be that just people in general are going to want to be in your space when they see you be successful at something. They might wonder how you did it and want to siphon your energy, your resources, your wisdom, your finances, because they want a piece of what you're doing. And this happens when somebody doesn't have, they haven't accessed their own life, their own power. So maybe you have a successful business and the people around you, they don't know how to become successful in business or independent financially the way you have been or have become or are becoming. And so they want to know what your secrets are, how you did it. And people are not always forthright or upfront with their intentions, or the intentions might be misguided or even subconscious. And so they might come around you, try to steal your ideas. Ones can be creative projects or something that you feel really passionate about. It can be, entrepreneurial. I can't say it. I can't say it. Business aspects. So in some way, you are gonna be successful in something. And sometimes people don't want you to elevate because you leave them behind or the dynamics of your relationships change. So if you're more busy, people don't have that much access to you. Or, you change when things in your world changes. And even if it's a positive change, if the people around you are not growing with you, there's going to be conflict. And then we can often project our own insecurities or negative emotions about someone else's success and make them feel bad about it or try to pull them down. And this is probably something that you just need to be aware of. You might, as you grow, elevate, whether you make more money or you get into a new relationship or, whatever success that you have. Every level that you reach, you might need to change the people you are around, the way you move, have different boundaries or standards for yourself. And the people that care about you and really love you will understand that your priorities might be different. You might not have the same amount of time, or the aspects of your life has changed, and love allows you to grow and wants you to grow. So if people care about you and love you, they'll give you the space that you need to when you need the space, or they'll support you even if they're not doing well. They'll understand when you need something different in the relationship, and you'll be able to compromise and work things out with people that really care about you. Obviously, this is a collective reading, so the specifics, the hangman is at the bottom. So personal readings would give more specifics, but it seems more general. The hangman is gaining enlightenment during a time of pause. It's almost like a quiet time in your life, or the universe, God, the divine slows things down or stops things so that you can see things from a new perspective. And you might have had to sacrifice either financially, physically, your time, your energy to get to this point for you to have the success. Like there might have been things happening that people are not aware of, that you've had to grow through. You've had to probably grow internally so that you can have the conscious awareness, the energy, the vibration for whatever the success is. There's a lot of internal work and external work that goes into having successes, and people might not always be privy to that. But if they were, would be more understanding and more supportive, more loving. But clearly, you probably already know or can sense when your energy is being drained around someone, or even a situation. If the job that you are in asks you to compromise your integrity or who you are, or is just not good for you, you'll feel it. The energy will feel negative or yucky, and you might need to say, I'm not willing to do that, or I'm not willing to work more and not earn as much as I should. I'm not willing to compromise my health and well-being just to earn money. And this can be the same with a person. If somebody is saying you have to do this and it doesn't sit well with you, you might just need to learn when to say no, when to create some space between you and someone else. And this can be energetically. Sometimes it's difficult to pick this up if someone is not overtly trying to manipulate or control you, or they're even in your space. Some people can energetically try to send negative energy, negative thoughts, negative intentions your way. And if you are sensitive, you can pick this up. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we have it's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. We are heading into Scorpio season, and Scorpio is all about embracing the shadows, understanding it, being able to feel the negative feelings and energies, and being able to alchemize that and transmute it. So if there are negative people, energies, things in your life that you know you need to get rid of, now is the time to get rid of it. When eclipses happen, things are pushed. The universe says, okay, this has happened. It cannot continue anymore. It needs to end here. And if we are not allowing it and we resist these things from ending, we impede it in some way, then it becomes uncomfortable, then it becomes a negative tower and it doesn't feel good. And sometimes, we're empathetic and we don't want to set up those boundaries because we don't want to hurt people's feelings. But it's not doing anyone justice if we do not do what's healthy and good for us, because inevitably the situation's going to go bad for both parties. So trying to spare people's feelings and avoid conflict is not always the best thing to do. Yes, try to handle things with integrity and in a balanced, healthy way. But if something's got to go, it's got to go. If something needs to be said, it needs to be said. If an action needs to be taken, if somebody is not hearing you or understanding you when you set healthy boundaries, then you might need to take action and assert yourself in a way for them to understand it. Okay, we have two here, I think. The answers you need are coming full moon in Gemini. Gemini is about communication, it's Mercury energy, and the blue there is throat chakra. So you might have a throat chakra block. And Pisces, this reading is longer than the other readings I've done for this full moon. So this feels like it's important. The answers you need are coming. I feel like the awareness you need around the situation is going to come to you and you're going to understand it, but you're going to need to communicate assertively. If you have a hard time speaking up for yourself or expressing yourself, you might want to do some, and I just felt a weird energy come into my space right now. You might want to do throat chakra work, meditations, wear blue, journal, practice what you want to say. Wow, that's a weird energy that I just felt. Okay, so there's something around the throat chakra that you need to clear so that you can feel confident and at ease about being honest and truthful, and speaking your truth. Don't let your past hold you back, South Node. You might want to look at your South Node in your birth chart. This is definitely something that might impede your forward movement, your progression in life, if you are unable to speak your truth and assert yourself. Know that people that are healthy for you are not going to are going to allow you to be able to be honest with them. There are spaces and people and relationships where you can communicate in a healthy way, even really difficult truths, and it can be resolved. And if you can't do that with people, then clearly they are not good for you. Work through your fears, full moon in Scorpio, new moon in Scorpio. So you might have a fear around speaking your truth. And that, don't let your past hold you back. If you have been in relationships with people where you couldn't be your honest self and be authentic and be truthful, that doesn't mean that all relationships are that way. And this is probably something that you might need to dive in more deeply into your psyche, your emotions, what's happened in your past that has made you feel like you can't speak your truth. It could be from childhood or even from past lives. There might be a karmic pattern here where you get into situations where you have to extricate yourself or your boundaries are violated because you don't speak up for yourself. Obviously, again, this is a general reading. So personal readings or journaling, working with a therapist, speaking to someone can help you get to the specifics of either this specific situation or this aspect of your psyche in general. Work through your fears. These things come up again and again if we do not work through them. And if you don't work through them, don't be hard on yourself. Ask yourself, what is it I need to learn here? What is it that I need to do to grow through this, to heal this aspect of myself so that my relationships can be better and I can have a healthier relationship with myself? That felt really intense. I hope this reading was helpful. If you would like a personal reading to dive deeper into this, the details will be in the description box. But I hope this was helpful and that you will join me again in another video.